Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Now I told you guys before that I will do a full video with her. I promised you guys, so here it is. Well, I'm starting out with doing the brows. I'm creating my line at the bottom. She has really thick brows, so I'm literally trying not to do too much. I'm just trying to fill in the sparse hairs. That's really it. I'm not trying to create a new brow because, like I said, her brows are already thick. And I'm going in with the Maybelline Ultra Thin Brow Pencil in the shade Black Brown. This is such a great dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills pencil. One of her brows were bigger than the other, so I had to create a fake front. That's all I'm doing. And the tip to this that you need to do is just keep using that spoolie to blend it out to make it look like actual hairs. Now I'm going in with my concealer. I'm going in with the Too Faced Bonus Way Concealer. I believe I used the shade Butterscotch and Cookie. Everything will be listed down below, so please don't kill me, but everything is down there. I use Butterscotch in the front for more of a natural brow, so it's not too bright in the front. And then I use Cookie, which is the lighter shade, for the end of the brow to give it that brow highlight. Now I'm blending that concealer and I'm dragging it towards her eyelids because I will use concealer as a base, but I'm gonna go in with the lighter concealer. I use the Too Faced concealer in the shade Vanilla, I think, because I wanted my eyeshadow to really be pigmented. So that's just what I'm doing, and I'm gonna blend that out for a clean base. To set that, I'm gonna go in with my Mercier translucent powder just to make sure the concealer doesn't move. Y'all already know I love this palette. This is the new Persuasion palette. This is by Bolive, girl, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I will leave it linked down below. And she came out with some colorful palettes, so I think I'm gonna tap into that. But I'm taking that shade and I am just working that on the outer corners. I'm using this as a transition shade, so I'm just working on the outer corners and the inner corners, if that makes sense. And I'm taking it towards her eyebrow to help me with the nose contour. If you know, you know. I'm still working on eyeshadow and knowing the shades and the colors. So I wanted a more deeper brown, but not too deep. So I'm just building it and I'm using that darker brown just to see what it gives me. Like I said, I'm still learning the colors and what each color does for each face. You know, you see all the browns and you're like, okay, what does what? So I'm just testing out the browns in the palette. So I realized that I wanted the outer corners to be a little deeper, so I'm taking that brown right next to the shade that I use, and I'm just using it on the outer corners to create a more in-depth look. Then I'm starting to cut the crease. I'm using a concealer that's already on the back of my hand from her eyebrows, so it's already tacky, it's already dry, and I'm going in with little by little, so I have more control over the cut crease, so I don't go too crazy, or I'm making sure I'm not using too much concealer. All I gotta say is please take your time. Do not rush, especially a cut crease. Unless you're a pro, do your thing. But if you're just learning now and you're practicing, or you're working on a client, you're not really too advanced in a cut crease, just take your time. My problem area with cut crease is that I don't do this step, and I don't blend the concealer out a little more to make sure it's really tacky and dry. So when I go over with the eyeshadow at the end, everything just starts getting patchy. So this step is very important. I'm taking a smaller brush and I'm blending in that concealer to really make sure it's tacky, there's no wetness, just so everything could really look flawless. And I wanted this cut crease to be more softer. But I'm taking the white shade and the beige shade at the top of the Nude Persuasion palette, and I'm just packing that on her lids. The key to any makeup step is to go back and blend. So I'm going to take the same brush that I used for that brown shade, and I'm just going over those edges. Like I said, I did want this cut crease to be soft. Then I'm going in with my NYX liner, the Epic Liner. I love this liner for clients. It doesn't have the flimsy top like the other one does. If you've been rocking with me, then you know I am not great with liner. Like, I struggle. I will hack my way through liner. But today, I'm so proud of myself. So I told her to open her eyes because she does have hooded eyes. And then I started to make the tip of the liner. Because I always struggle with doing the liner while the eyes closed. And then when they open it, it's not there. So I had her open her eyes just so I can outline where it's supposed to be. And when I tell y'all, I'm always going to do this step, it's fire. Like, I never did liner this great. I was so impressed with myself. Yeah, I ate that. But anyway, I'm going in with my micellar water. I couldn't find my makeup wipes, but I'm just cleaning up her face. And this is like a fake little cleanser, little step real quick. But it also cleans up any fallout that you have. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream Moisturizer. And I'm going to moisturize her face. This product right here, magic. That is the Patrick Star Secure the Blur Primer. You can see it. It's gonna secure. Look at that. Look at that. Like, it literally just blurred that shine away. So yeah, invest in this primer. It's really good. Then I'm going in with her foundation. I'm using the shade Classic Tan from the Maybelline MAC foundation. I usually use Mocha on her and NARS, but that is usually in the summertime, and she did get way lighter, and this does oxidizes a little bit. So yeah. Taking my Real Techniques brush, and I am blending all over the face. I'm using that setting spray to help me blend out. That was the NYX, it's like a primer setting spray. It helps throughout the makeup. I use it throughout the steps if I notice like my products are getting dry or anything like that, or I need some help blending. I'll just spray that on there and get the blending. But I'm using patted motions. I'm not swiping. I'm not doing anything extra. And then I'm going in with my concealer. I'm using the same concealer I use for her eyebrows, which is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Butterscotch. And then for the highlight shade, I used Cookie. For contour, I use Black Radiance foundation, Black Opal foundation stick in this shade Carob. Again, I usually do that in the summertime, so I wish I would have went a little lighter, but it still came out bombs. I notice when I set the face, my eyeshadow gets really wet, so I just use a brush to like block the eyeshadow as I'm setting. Then I'm gonna blend out my concealer and contour. I'm using both Real Technique brushes. I'm using a concealer brush and then some type of other small brush. It'll be in the description box. But I'm going back and forth with that and the foundation brush because you always need your foundation brush handy. I constantly tell you guys this. Always have that foundation brush handy. It will help you blend out. But yeah, now I'm just gonna blend everything out. Just using that back and forth method within the brushes just to get everything blended out and making sure everything is ready to be set. I'm so sorry, you guys, when my camera cut off after I set her face. I noticed it, so I just showed you guys what I set her face with. I used Laura Mercier honey for under her eyes, and then I used Beauty Bakery's Cassava. It's like a yellow undertone. I used that for everywhere else, which was her T-zone and on the sides of her face. But I am using this powder puff. It is the best thing you could get. It's on Amazon. I'm using the powder puff to bake because I am doing glitter liner, so I need something to help me catch that fallout. And then I'm going in with my Maybelline powder in the shade TOFFEE Caramel to make sure everything is really set around her face. I'm going in with my LA Girl liner for her waterline. And if you're gonna do liner after everything else, make sure you have like a brush or a beauty blender handy for you to pull down on her eyes so you don't make a fingerprint. Girl, she's loving that fan. But now I'm gonna use my Duo Lash Glue to start putting on the glitter. I'm just using like a small liner brush just to outline it first where I want the glitter to go, and then obviously I'm gonna go in with the glitter. Now this glitter I got is from Amazon. It is like a little kit. It's so cute. It has so many colors. It is for makeup, so you can obviously use it for makeup, but I will leave a link below. It has so many colors. My camera cut off again. You know, I'm really mad about that, but my camera cut off again while I was doing the other eye, so I just obviously got this eye for you. But I noticed that I just went in with the glitter without doing eyeshadow, and I should have did the eyeshadow first so the glitter could have been more pigmented. So I tried that on this eye and it came out 10 times better. So I just added some little eyeshadow over there. It got a little messy, so now I gotta be messy on the other side. You know, that's just what happens. But now I'm just gonna apply these beautiful glitters. I am using a paper to help me catch that fallout because, you know, it will really get messy. And when it does get messy, you just go in with a clean spoolie and lightly swipe it off. I'm going in with my Morphe contour palette in the shade 8R, and I'm using the first contour shade, which I honestly don't know why I used this palette. I should have used the Black Radiance light palette because the contour is already dark. But again, it still came out flawless. But I would use this with her in the summer. I think that's what it was, and I needed to remember that. My camera turning off again, but thank God I didn't really do any more steps besides just set the rest of the contour. Now I'm going in with my Charlotte Tilbury liner in the shade 3, which I think is like Foxy Brown, if I'm not mistaken. Everything will be down below for sure. But I really love this liner because she has a natural dark lip liner, so it just, like, I don't know, it just enhanced it just a tad bit, and I should have kept it like this because it was so cute. Child, I couldn't decide which new Juvias blush I wanted to use, but I ended up going in with the palette with like that, I think I'm gonna show it, but I ended up going in with the second palette, the bottom color. I didn't want to do too much because she already had the pink, and because I don't know, like sometimes blush could be a little too much and you take it too far too much, but I should have used a little bit more, but it still came out gorgeous. Look at that, and it's affordable, y'all. Y'all need this in y'all kit. It is so gorgeous. I have the first two. If you know, you know. But I love Juvia's Place. Everything. I love them. Everybody needs this. This is the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray, and I'm just gonna set to make sure everything is really locked in on my girl. Yeah, drawing your client. F that. Then I'm going in with this is a OD, this is such an OD. This is the ColourPop and Makeup Shayla collection, her first collection with them, and this is the highlighter in the shade, I think it's Bloom or Boom or something like that. I'll have it down below, but I didn't want to go with the highlighter on the sides of her face, so I'm gonna skip that step. But I just like it on the nose and the chin. I think it's so cute. Then I'm going in with the darker liner just for just to add a little bit of oomph. This is the Wet n Wild liner. It's just a dark brown, but I think it does have a name, so I will put it down below. I'm going in with the Kylie gloss. It's so cute. I love her glosses. They are so pigmented, and they have the nudes that I just love. Like, I just love these color nudes. And I'm having her blot her lips. If you are MUA, you need these disposable lip thingies. Like, you need them, the mascara ones. I will link it down below. It's from Amazon, of course, but they are so cute and you need them. They are so sanitary. You don't want to ever dip into your product and use it directly on the client, so don't ever do that. And they help you blend. Now I'm going in with the contour brush that I used. Was that the contour brush? I think that was the foundation brush that I used, just to make sure everything is really blended. And I'm going in with the white shadow at the top and the nude one again, just to make sure everything is popping again. These are like the final touches, and that is all for the look. I hope you guys love it like I do. It is so cute. It went right along with her hair. She ate, we ate. This was so good. Oh my god, yummy, yummy, yummy. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, follow my Instagram, follow my TikTok. I got everything y'all need, girls, down to the outfits, the makeup, tips, funny stuff. Like, come on, get with me. Everything is descriptive down below. I got everything y'all need.